Okay, now there's that. How do I get a link to this? No? Maybe? I have no clue what I'm doing. I need to learn how to research things completely before I do it. But I made my first video, even if it's 30 seconds long. And now I'm going to end this and try to figure out how to get a link. This is it. Aha. Copy that. Send it here. Go back to the YouTube. All right, well, nothing going on. But I've got a video camera, I've got a YouTube, and I've got yarn. And I'm going to spend the next half hour working on this afghan that I am making for Wapafwa. It's been sitting packed away since before I moved, and I need to have it done before October. And I'm dropping stitches again. So I really like, since we got the new house, my room's got this lovely little window seat that I have, and it's perfect place to set up my camera and for me to sit and work on my yarn. And I'm not hanging out in my bed, so it helps with my insomnia that I'm not hanging out in bed. I have, because insomnia totally sucks. And Telegram is blowing up at me. That's always fun. So and my wife is sick again. That's nice. What did she do this time? The joys of getting older. Everything you love makes you sick. So your options are to be sick and be miserable because you're sick, or not eat the things that irritate your digestive system, and then just be miserable because there's nothing good in your life. Oh, come on, Miss Meows. You're Rowan. You want to come up here? Okay, fine, don't. My cat's been yelling at me for the last 15 minutes while I tried to set up the computer. And now that I'm sitting and can pet her, she wants nothing to do with me. 'Cause cats. I have no clue what I'm going to ramble about when I do these videos. But I figure if I do this, then I have at least 2 hours a week that I have to sit still and work on yarn. I will actually maybe finish some of my projects. And who knows, maybe I'll actually start trying things that are challenging and not just the same simple back pocket patterns I usually work on. Because I love me some Granny Square baby blankets. And this is a pretty simple V-stitch blanket. Comes in a bunch of different colors though. It's really fun. I've been working on it since January. And I wanted to have it done by the end of August. So I don't know if that's going to happen. But the convention I'm donating it to is in October, so I still have a little bit of time. And then I have to, maybe actually work on the afghan I'm making for my wife because I kind of promised her I'd get back to work on it. I have to make the baby blanket for her brother and his girlfriend because they're expecting their first and probably only. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's claws. Yeah. Come on. If you're going to yell at me, you're going to say hi to the camera. Say hello to the YouTubes. Hello, darling. She is an excellent helper. She lays on my projects, occasionally chases the yarn, and whenever possible tries to chew on my crochet hooks. I actually have some that have teeth marks in the handles from her. And one hook that even she won't touch because apparently the handle tastes that bad. Meow! Why are you yelling at me? I did nothing wrong today. You go back on the Mercedes Lackey shelf. You love hanging out with her books. She even has a book about a cat. I haven't read it yet, but it's on my shelf. But apparently things like crocheting keep my hands busy, so it's hard to read. Ow, your claws are sharp. If I wasn't sitting in front of the computer right now, I would probably be listening to one of my podcasts. Lately at home, I've been listening to the history of English and discovering that if I'd known better when I was a teenager, I might have actually studied linguistics. At 41, it's a little late to make that into a career, but it's a fascinating hobby that I'm thinking about getting into. Then I can geek with all my friends about the origins of words and how all the Indo-European languages called their god Sky Father. And I never thought about the fact until last night that, what did I do? At the end of the double, chain one. There we go. Never thought about the fact Jupiter was originally spelled with an I. He's always just been Jupiter. And the Greek sky father was Zeus Pater. And then they just dropped the father part and just called him Sky. I don't know. I always thought languages were interesting. But, I have a smattering of French. I can fake my way if I ever find myself back in Paris. Probably a little bit better than the average American because you know, où est les toilettes? Je parle un peu français. Let's see, I started learning Dutch, and about the best I've really got is, what was I saying? Ik heb brood. I was running around the grocery store yelling about having bread because it was the only thing I could remember on Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday I made dinner. And I had to go buy bread to make garlic bread to go with the spaghetti. Count my rows real quick and double check where I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have one more repeat to do after this, and then I will finally be done. This is the last of 9 color stripes to make a very long, I think it's twin sized, roughly twin sized blanket. But I know in the beginning of October and there's nice crisp fall nights, everybody at the charity raffle will be cold and they'll want a blanket. I donated one blanket to Wapafwa. And then every year after that, people have asked me if I'm putting another blanket in the charity raffle. So every year I complain about it and I make another blanket because I feel awesome seeing people wanting my stuff. Last year I made a lace wall hanging and got complaints that people wanted a blanket. But I remembered how much fun lace can be. And filet lace is so simple. I think I'm going to make some really geeky wall hangings. They'll be fun. Make a big lacy horde banner for my wow wife. Maybe if I can find a good lion for the alliance, I'll make one. If I can find the pattern, I want to get back to work on my D20 tablecloth that I started. There's so many projects that I don't actually sit down and work on. Anybody active in my crafty chat? Somebody saw it. But nobody's watching me. I feel weird. Let's see, all told, today was a pretty good day. You know, besides figuring out how to get this started. A wonderful Monday at work where the day actually flew by. I was busy the whole way through. I like that about Mondays. Midweek slows down for us because mail slows down on Wednesdays. Apparently, other businesses aren't open 7 days a week. And so Wednesday is when they deliver the mail that was mailed on Saturday. And there isn't a lot of it. And I end up terribly bored because I managed to get all my work done by lunchtime, and I have to manage to look busy for 4 more hours. What are you doing to my blanket? The cat is trying to unmake my bed again. Rowan doesn't like the old man cat we adopted, so I try to give her at least an hour a day up here locked in my room where he's not allowed, where the dog is not allowed, and she can just play and yell at me and get pets, and eat food with nobody bothering her. And yell at me because she can. She cries in capital letters. I have never seen a cat get so angry as she does. One, two, three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the last row of V's. And then I have to remember how I started this so that it can end the same way it started. And then I will have finished another blanket. When asked what I wanted for Christmas this year, I told her I wanted her to buy me the yarn for the shawl I want to make. There's a lovely crocheted Wonder Woman shawl. The picture was in red and gold, but I've seen it done in blue and silver. And I think I want to do it in turquoise because, you know, me and turquoise. With the W in tea rose pink. Because that used to be my favorite color growing up. So the me that loved Wonder Woman as a child, and the me that loves Wonder Woman as an adult mixed together in one shawl that I will absolutely wear to work because I am an adult. Darn it. Actually, everybody at work loves seeing me in my handmade shawls. They love seeing the scarves I work on. They love seeing me in my crazy colored hair when I get a weird bug and dye my hair turquoise and purple and blue, whatever other color catches my eye. I'm very lucky to work in an office, a bank office, that lets me dye my hair whatever color I want. But I only get away with it because I have no customer contact. And I've worked there for over a decade. So my bosses know that I am going to do my job no matter what color my hair is. I'm getting angry glares from the cat. Oh, let me try something else. Wait, there was a Twitter button. Twitter. There's still a Twitter world that I'm doing this. Because the only point, what's the point of doing this if nobody's watching? And nobody will watch if I don't tell them. Back to Telegram. Forward this. Let's forward the Wapapwa chat. Oh, wow, Wastegate. Your hair is just so fantastic. All right, back to the camera so I can see what I'm doing. Next to the last row. See how many more times I can mess this up in 2 rows. I keep dropping chain stitches. I managed to make it up on the next row. You never know if you weren't me or looking for it. Ugh. Blankets get heavy in your lap. They're super bulky. Someday I'll actually make myself an Afghan. But I am so fantastically lazy and busy making stuff for everybody else. I haven't settled on a pattern I want to make for myself. What did I just do? Okay, fix that. It's a great thing about crochet. It's so easy to rip back a few stitches. Fix your mistakes. As long as I catch them early, it's not nearly as painful as the time I had to rip out 2 weeks worth of work on that lace hanging because I dropped a segment and it threw off the whole stitch count and I couldn't just make up the stitch. I think going forward, my lace projects are going to have less open fillet around the edges. But that dragon was just so light, so open. It's gorgeous. I dyed him a lovely shade of light blue. I miss it already. I might have to make myself one. I'm still trying to decide how I want to decorate my bedroom since, I can now. Other than I'm going to get rid of this green color. It's an okay shade of green, but I don't want a green bedroom. I've long thought it would be fantastic to have a bright, dark turquoise wall with sharp black and white furniture. And there's a very nice dark walnut bedroom set at IKEA that I want to get so that I can have matching grown up furniture and not this hodgepodge that I have now. And it will look amazing. And then I'm going to build a bookshelf in my second closet so I can actually house my Mercedes Lackey books. And I'm going to set up my yarn room after somebody moves on. Please don't scratch up my cushions. Gets all of his stuff. My adopted son moved in with us for a couple of weeks. And while he's in transition to his new permanent living situation, he still has some of his belongings in my yarn room, guest room, spare room, the extra bedroom. And it's hard to set up all of my craft stuff the way I want to until I can get his things out of the way. Maybe, just maybe, I can actually get the office space set up and a video out there where there might be better lighting. That's the end of that. One more row and I will be done. Too many chains. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. I had to talk to the cat. She was looking all distraught. I accidentally stepped on a tail. My toes are going to be toast. Or my bed is. Please stop clawing my box spring. So, note to self, don't video during cat time because she will destroy everything I love. So I figure I'm going to try to do this twice a week, probably on Sundays and probably on Wednesdays. But Wednesday is definitely going to depend on what time I get home from work and what needs done because I don't get home from work until after 8 and I go to bed at 11 and I have to cook and eat dinner, play with the dog, play with the cats, do whatever else I need to do, and basically try to unwind from work before I can go to sleep. It's a very short window of time, but I like getting up early so that I can see the wife before she goes to work and we have our catch up time. Because frequently when I get home from work, she's playing WoW and I'm not always feeling conversational. But in the morning, like all married couples do, we eat breakfast. I have my coffee. We grunt at each other and discuss the things that we are going to ignore for the rest of the day. And I'll come home late and I'll be like, so did you do this thing? And she'll say, I forgot. Did you do the thing you said you were going to do? And I'll be like, yeah, no. And then we'll laugh and agree to do it tomorrow. And somewhere in the course of a week, things get done. Like I made a baby blanket. It got mailed off this morning. I finished it a week ago. I washed it a week ago. We bought a card a week ago to mail with the blanket. But it took a week for the card to get written and for everything to go down to the post office. But at least I have the option of knowing I have a post office on my way to work, which hasn't always been the case. And my hand is starting to hurt after a half hour of this. So I'm going to call it a night for the sake of my sanity. And I will try this again on Wednesday, probably with a different project, because this will probably be done. Thank you to anybody who watches this now that it's finished.